Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen News, each week looking at the headlines from the Star Citizen community and then merging the rest of the news into easily manageable chunks as well, especially this week. CIG is changing their video content, so at the very least, while they're in flux, I'm going to mangle the headlines and the rest of the news into a single bento box of information, this time for the week ending the 10th of July. So, start off with, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Super Mac Brothers and his review of the X55 HOTAS he recently did. I did one of the X56, he's done one of the X55. Please check that out, links in the description. Concept ships. One of the biggest things to come out this week was a list of ships shown on ATV, possibly by accident. In a few frames, you can see a whiteboard in the background with the words on Design Brief, LA, Anvil Hurricane, UK, Origin 600, Banu Merchantman, Aegis Eclipse, Ready to Concept, Origin 85X, Misk Racer, although some people think it says Misk Rover, in concept Lightning, Ready for Sale, Terrapin. I've done a video breakdown of exactly what all these ships were or are or meant to mean or be, so check that out, link in the description. Just knowing that there are so many ships that we didn't know they were making, and that the Banu Merchantman has assets on, is kind of exciting as hell. Also, that Ready for Sale Terrapin might be the ship they were planning to reveal at Gamescom, but it might not be. That might be an entirely different ship. Please check out that video, as I said, for more information on those. And I said that was one of the biggest things, because the literal biggest thing we saw was on ATV's ship shape, which was more about the Bengal Carrier. Now, this was the first ship that was kind of shown off by Chris Roberts a few years ago. This is now a massive town-sized ship. It was massive before, but now it's come to life and looks amazing. It can almost fit an Idris frigate into its actual hangar, and has a turret around the same size as an Idris as well. Obviously, this was one hell of a task, with many people, including the team set out to make it, thought was going to be difficult. It's 3 to 4 battlefield-sized maps moving around in quantum drive, with its own internal physics grid, lots of people on board, other ships on board, like retaliators that are large in themselves with lots of people on. That is a crazy undertaking, but the way it has turned out and the way it looks is amazing so far. The estimation is that the Bengal is about 70% complete, and they estimate it at the moment being done within 3 months. So hopefully that means that Squadron 42 will still be released at the end of this year. Episode 1 is something I'd love to play at Christmas. They also showed a little bit more of the Caterpillar off as well, some of the internals in the ATV fast forward, but that kind of really kind of dwarfs the fact that the Bengal looked so amazing. And that's not all. In ATV and RTV, we got a little bit of more information on Grimhex and 2.5, the patch that's going to be coming out next. Grimhex is in yellow, and there's some amazing screenshots. It appears that the station was actually called Green Imperial, and now that's become, because of some sort of like digital malfunction, Grimhex. The Flight Ready Reliant is also going to be in 2.5, and the Flight Ready Argo. The news was broken that the Argo was going to be flight ready for 2.5 on Batgirl's Ben's Day. That basically Ben literally just got asked by Nikki, is the next ship that's flight ready going to be the Argo? Is that the one you're going to have the sale for? And he just replied yes. It was a very direct, awesome answer question, which I thoroughly like. There was also then reconfirmed on RTV that the Argo was going to be the next concept sale, though not a proper concept sale, because obviously it's just a small little ship, and then it's going to be flyable in 2.5. There's going to be loads of roles for the Argo, and 2 of the 3 variants, or 2 of the 3 modules that make it into variants, will be available when it's sold as well. We saw the Argo in the Morrow tour. I'll probably have lots of pictures of it on the screen as well, so that will be exciting. I'm not entirely sure what those pods will be, but I would expect one for repair, one for cargo and personnel transport, and possibly one for recovery. So that might be salvage or recovering people's escape pods or something like that. The UI and Moby Glass in general seems to be getting quite a few updates, and it's starting to look pretty cool. I'll put some pictures of the actual updates on screen of their like plans and concepts of that, but we're going to be able to do a lot more with our Moby glasses and everything, including the item port system, where we'll be modding our ships, modding our hangars, purchasing, all of that sort of jazz will be a lot more fluent and look a lot better. The monthly report is out for June as well, detailing the various steps that studios took to get 2.4 and 2.4.1 to the live servers, but it also has some information about 2.5 and what else they're working on now, like Grimhex, that outlaw station. We're going to get so much cool stuff and FPS little nuggets with Grimhex, with 2.5 it seems. They've also been working on a Bengal Carrier, apparently called the Driller. Lots of FPS stuff, as I said, new weapons, smart ammo, grenades, a new size 5 weapon for ships is almost finished as well. And there's obviously those big updates to the UI and Moby Glass as well. I am incredibly excited about Grimhex and all of the, I assume, FPS-centric stuff that 2.5 is going to bring. I would say this is probably, and this is my opinion, as most things are, that 2.5/2.6 is either a prelude or will come with Star Marine. Now, I know that might sound a bit crazy, but I do feel that that's a possibility now. Star Marine does feel like it might just kind of appear, because they've done all of the back end, I assume, for it now, and all of this stuff that they're adding, all of the stuff they're suggesting for FPS stuff, it makes sense to me that they would add it. But again, that could just be my opinion, and it might not be there, so please don't murder me if it's not. There was an amazing Vandal glaive drawing done with pencil in this week's MVP. I will link that in the description. That is well worth a look. I would buy them. Yeah, that was incredibly impressive. Also, as I said earlier, this week's ATV Fast Forward was the Caterpillar's interior. More of that as well. There's also some BritisonCon tickets still available if you are free on the 23rd of July up in Manchester in the UK. Come down to BritisonCon. I will put a link to the website in the description so you can check that out. There's going to be devs from Foundry 42 there. Brian Chambers from Foundry 42DE is going to be there as well. There's going to be YouTubers such as myself there. There's going to be streamers. There's going to be hardware vendors. There's going to be lots of drunk Star Citizen fans. It's a big social. We'll be going out in the evening as well. Come on down if you can. It will be great fun. Also, every month we have some form of giveaway, and at the moment it's for Dragonfly or Dragonflies. All you've got to do to be in for a chance to win throughout July is just comment on any of our Star Citizen videos that we make, and then you will be entered into the giveaway. You don't even have to be subscribed, although I would like that. So please, don't forget to like and subscribe, because that would help me out loads. And then I can make more Star Citizen videos for the rest of my life, or at least the next good few years. You take care, guys, and I'll see you in the verse.